Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Jamie, Crafty DIY Guy, and I'm back. I am super excited. This is part 2 of our beach chic DIY projects. I hope that you guys enjoy all of these. I am on my way to my friend's aunt's house, and they have an amazing pool that looks like you are at a resort, and I am super excited because I'm going to be spending the day there. Probably going to be sunburned and yeah, drink a lot. I'm I'm looking forward to it. But before I go, I do want to say thank you, of course, to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys. I hit over 12,000 just recently, and still blown away and still absolutely thrilled that new people are coming on board, and that's my OGs, of course, are still sticking around and being here with me. Have another thing coming out soon. Pretty excited about that, but we're gonna keep it quiet for right now. But anyway, enjoy these projects, and let's pretend we're all at the beach, okay? All right, take care, bye. All right, everyone, for project number 1, you're going to need some of these craft sticks. These are the oversized ones. You could certainly use regular sized popsicle sticks also. You're gonna also need some of these wood Jenga blocks. I think there's about 15 blocks here. I don't remember. And then these are the glass jars that typically are filled with those small shells from Dollar Tree. So you're going to grab 3 of those, and you're not going to need the shells, or you could though if you wanted to. So first you're going to go ahead and remove the corks. You can set those aside, obviously, and use them for this project if you want. You're going to remove all of these labels. They're actually pretty easy to come off. Just soak them in some water. I went ahead and removed this raffia only because I was going to soak these in water, but I probably didn't have to because, as you'll see, I ended up tying raffia back on them anyway. So I'm taking my Jenga blocks and I'm just kind of gluing them all together, and I'm kind of, you see, I kind of created 2 C's there and then the 2 middle parts. And then for the spacers, I'm wanting to make sure that the bottles obviously are going to fit in there. And so we're going to just kind of play around, making sure that they're even. And then I'm going to mark them with a pencil here. That way I know exactly where to glue these. I don't know about you, but with my luck, I would move them or not mark them, and then I would put the glue down, and then I would glue one too far over, and then the bottles wouldn't fit in there, and that would just be a big pain in the butt. And then for the back side, I am going to go ahead and cut my sticks down and just glue these all across the bottom of it. It will kind of serve as the base of this particular bottle holder that we're doing. And when you're all done, it will look like this. And then we're going to go ahead and paint this. I didn't stain this. You could certainly stain it if you wanted to, but I would recommend staining it before you glue it all together. So I'm using this chalk paint. I think it's by Folk Art, and it's just kind of this sea foam color. I'm wanting this to have that look of like a, you know, aged beach kind of a sign, or so I'm not going to go into every single part of this. In fact, I'm going to go very light. I'm not really going to add a lot more paint to my brush, and I'm just kind of spreading around what is currently on the brush. So hopefully that makes sense. And then here I am tying that raffia right back to the bottles again. So again, I guess think ahead, like, and don't be like I did. I love the way that this looks though. And then this is what it will look like when it's all done. I think this is great. It would look amazing if you kept the shells in those little jars. You could put bath salts in it. You could put all kinds of things in these. I think they'd even be adorable bud vases, to be very honest. So I started looking at this, and this is project number 2, by the way, and I thought, this kind of looked like a pier when I was working on it on the other side there. So what if I took my foam brushes from Dollar Tree and removed those wooden handles from them? I always save these. And then took 3 of them, cut them in half, and I pulled out my little Dollar Tree hacksaw here, and I need to sharpen her blade because it is not cutting through these dowels very easily. So then I'm going to stain them, and I just used my Waverly antiquing wax for that. And then I'm going to glue each one of these sticks to the side of my form here. And I'm creating a pier, really, is what I'm doing. So instead of calling those sticks, we'll call them the pylons of the pier. And the blue, kind of seafoam blue kind of color there is the pier. So I'm going to glue these all the way down, and I'm putting 3 on each side, making sure that they're evenly spaced. And then I wanted to add a little bit more detail to this, so I am taking some Dollar Tree twine and my hot glue gun and my finger protector, and I am just going to kind of trim this down and kind of make it look like this. I love the way this looks. I think it looks like an adorable miniature little pier for the bathroom. And again, you can style this however you want. It's perfect for a candle. It's perfect for really anything you want. All right, for the last project, we are working with one of these cardboard trays that I picked up at Dollar Tree. It's kind of like a jewelry tray. Also, remember those smaller bottles that we had previously? Well, these shells came from that. And then because my bottles were not all the way filled with shells, I wanted to make sure that I had enough. So I also added in some smaller Dollar Tree rocks. And then I also added in some of these larger shells from the bottle, and then some of these larger flat pieces as well. That way it gave me a good variety, and it really would cover the bottom of the tray. Also, we're using this art resin, and this is a single pack use that I picked up from a previous project actually. So first thing I'm going to do is paint my tray. I'm using my Rust-Oleum antiquing, or no, I'm sorry, this is the Rust-Oleum linen chalk paint, and I'm just going to do, it took about 2 coats, I would say. It was easy to paint. And then I painted the bottom of it blue with another chalk paint that I had. I think it was by Folk Art, just to kind of give it that illusion of water down below. And then I'm going to arrange some of my shells, and then I decided it would be fun to not only incorporate some of these shells, but I'm also going to grab some of my glitter. I had this kind of bronzy, and then I thought a pearl could be fun in one of these shells as well. The next thing we're going to do is start to place everything down. Now, the larger pieces, and especially that shell that's going to be inside, or that pearl rather, that's going to be inside that shell, you're going to want to go ahead and glue as much of this down as you can. So anything that was a larger piece, I did add some hot glue to all of those and just kind of created my own sea floor, if you will. And then after everything was set and kind of glued down, it was time to go ahead and sprinkle some of this bronzy, sandy colored glitter in the bottom of this, just to add a little bit of extra sparkle. If you think about the way the ocean is, when you see the reflection of sand and the sun and everything, it has a little bit of a sparkle. And then for the resin, just read your instructions. This was a single-use bag, so everything was already contained in this one bag. I mixed it together, and then I'm just going to pour my resin down. This particular resin doesn't have a lot of really strong fumes, but I do recommend, if you are sensitive to those, wear a mask, and then also go outside and do this particular part. So I'm just squeezing a nice generous amount of resin. I'm actually going to use this entire bag on top of everything, and then we're going to let it sit for about 42 hours. And when it is done, you will have something that looks like this. It is absolutely amazing. I really love the way this looks. That candle adds some extra sparkle. The light is bouncing off of that resin and also picking up on the glitter in the bottom of the tray. I really, really like this.